Hey guys, I'm here in my daughter's room and I'm going to give you a tour of this space today and show you how I've organized it. So she's turning 1 this week. So what you're gonna see is really geared toward a young toddler and everything that entails. As I designed this space, I really kept a Montessori approach in mind, which means using beautiful natural materials, keeping it pretty sparse, and most importantly, designing a space that helps nurture her natural curiosity. So, giving her lots of beautiful things to look at, things at her level that she can engage with on her own without my help, things focused on the skills that she's already most interested in mastering and kind of daily life skills, things like that. If you are curious about the Montessori method, especially since it does have such a big impact on how you design your living space, I would recommend this book. It's come in handy. It has some tips and kind of a sample space for what a Montessori home looks like. It's also really fantastic for thinking about kind of the behavioral part of everything. So let's dive in. So I'm standing in the doorway of her room. So I'm just going to give you a little panning shot of what this room looks like. You'll notice it's not super crowded. It's pretty tidy. Everything has a place. And so it actually is really easy to clean up whenever it looks like a bomb went off in here. So starting in this corner, I have a little child-sized chair, again, thinking about things at her level that look like the things that grown-ups own, so she can kind of practice those daily life skills like sitting in a chair. We also have a mirror, which is great for studying, facial expressions, studying her body as we dress her so she can learn how to dress herself. She loves kissing her own reflection in that mirror. We have a little kitchen space with a mailbox, pretty much a whole home set up with a little garden that she can harvest, some play food, a shopping cart. Kids are so naturally interested in the things that adults do, and so this gives her a chance to kind of learn those daily life skills and practice what we're doing. I love to have one area where the grown-ups can sit comfortably. It's also a great place for cuddles. A book display from IKEA. I like to change out these books pretty often to kind of mirror whatever she's most interested in working on right now. She can kind of go through phases of different skills that she's obsessed with. This is her floor bed. So we transitioned her out of a crib at about 8 months into this floor bed, which gives her incredible freedom of movement. She's able to put herself to bed when she's feeling sleepy. She's able to get out of bed and start playing in the morning until we can come in and greet her for the day. It just gives her a lot more independence and she never feels trapped. We use baby Dan gates on both sides of her room, which are amazing because they retract into something that's not very noticeable. They're really easy to open and close. This is a holdover from our pre-parent life. We took out a lot of our personal effects and just put in books and activities. In a Montessori room, you want to think about choosing only a few materials to have out at one time. Again, focusing on sustainable materials that are really beautiful and eye-catching, arranging them in a beautiful way. So I like to keep the bottom 2 shelves stocked with a few materials that really focus on the skills that she's learning right now. And then I'll change them out with each new phase. And at the beginning of the day, I'll open the doors, and then when playtime is over, I will close the doors so she no longer has access to them. We have a play mat, which is great for kind of defining the space of this is where play happens. And of course, a little table with stools. This is where she has her snack time, and as she gets older, we'll use this for art making. A dresser for clothing. And I like to change out the art in here pretty often, so I got this poster clip from IKEA and I change it out with just decorative wrapping paper from Paper Source. I also installed a rail. It's just a piece of molding with clips on it where I can hang art and change it out really often. And then we'll end with her closet. One quick note, here's a gym mat. This is great for bringing into other rooms with us to, again, kind of define a space where she can play and be a little bit more rowdy. Here's backstock toys. So these are separated by type, so we can just take one bin out and put it down with us on the play mat whenever we feel like playing with a certain thing, or I can pull from here and put it in the cabinet. We have a little to-go area basket where I have all of the things that go into her diaper bag. So just like my purse, I completely unpack it every time I come home, put everything in this one spot, because when it's time to pack her bag, actually having to repack it every time, make sure I never forget anything. I took out her clothing rail and I put in hooks. It used to hold things like her bouncer, her bathtub, but now as she's a little bit older, it's things like her purses, her diaper bag, and of course her pom-pom tutu. We have backstock of diapers, wipes, diaper genie refills, and then backstock of clothing. So these are separated by size. So as she transitions into bigger sizes, all I have to do is pull the bin down, put those clothes out, and donate the old clothes. And then we have hanging storage, and down here, one of my very favorite hacks for kids' clothes, these great little clips. As she gets older, it'll be super easy for her to hang up her own things. And finally, a little memento box where I can put away things that she's outgrown that I just can't part with, sonogram pictures, really anything that relates to her life so far. So that is her room. If you have any questions about how I've done this or things that you're kind of stuck on, feel free to DM me, leave something in the comments. I love doing kids' rooms. It's so much fun because it's really all about creating a space where they can thrive and be creative and be just the happiest little kid. So if you'd like some help, please reach out. We'd love to work with you.